schmatica. But, I didn't realize. I just threw it on. It is funny. It is funny. Anyway, today I'm making something that I think is going to be really good. Turkey meatballs. Now, I buy the Shady Brook, just so they see, the Shady Brook 99% fat-free, 120 calories for 4 ounces. So I'm going to show you how I make the meatballs. Really simple, really. You hear the dogs? They're shaking in the back. Shaking the fur. It's going all over the place. My goodness. Anyways, I'm going to open it up. I have no strength. After I turn 60, now I can blame it on that. No, I'm joking. Okay, so this is some turkey chopped meat. Simple, right? I'm going to take 2 eggs. Oh, I got a shell in there. I did. I got a shell. I'm awful. And I try to do it I can do it with one hand, and then the shells go flying into the dish, but I put 2 eggs in here. 2 whole eggs, and I'm going to take some Parmesan cheese, just like you would make a meatball. I eyeball it. I don't know, maybe 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Yes, it's delicious. And then I'm going to take some of the Thrive Life Chef's Blend seasoning. This is the Italian one. Let me come close so you can see it. Hello, there it is, there it is. And I have to tell you, it's really good. It is delicious. Because it's been sealed, when I got it here, it was just, the minute you open it, you smell those herbs. And it's just a blend of herbs. Basil, parsley, oregano. Boing. I put about a tablespoon in. Delicious. Very simple. Now I'm going to take a little salt. The last time I used salt, somebody said, how much salt did you put in there? So I'm going to measure it in the palm of my hand as I'm sitting here talking to you and tapping the salt shaker. Because goodness knows why I wouldn't take just the Morton salt out of the cabinet and do it. No. I would say that was about 1/2 teaspoon of salt that I just put in. And I know, I have that garlic in my refrigerator. Wait a minute. Where is that tube? Here we go. I was going to use garlic powder, but you know what? Hey, that's that squeezable one I was telling you from Aldi's. So I am going to, there it goes. I put a lot in. I love garlic. And now, this is going to sound a little strange, but these are panko breadcrumbs. Because when I went to look in my cabinet for seasoned breadcrumbs, only babies I had was panko. But I figured, you know what? It's breadcrumbs. I mean, why can't I use it? But I'm going to be really sparingly on these breadcrumbs. So I am taking a measuring cup out. Don't you love these little red measuring cups? But I'm going to take that out. And I'm only going to take 1/4 cup. That's correct. 1/4 cup of breadcrumb. Because 1/4 cup of breadcrumb is only 55 calories. 1/2 cup would be 110, 55. Try not to put so much breading and stuff because that's what those secret calories are. They really are. And there's no need to have a lot of breadcrumb anyway because you want to taste the turkey meat, don't you? And then I'm going to take just 1/4 cup of water and throw that in here too. So, let's review, shall we? In my bowl, I have 1 pound of ground turkey. I have the stove on. My God, I'll burn my house down. 1 pound of the ground white meat turkey breast. I have 1/4 cup of the breadcrumb. I have 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, 2 whole eggs, the Thrive Life seasoning, the Italian blend seasoning, some salt, and one more thing. Pepper. I like pepper too in it. So does Doug, but Doug likes it a lot more. I have to tell you, this shirt that I'm wearing and the pants, just so that you know, the pants that I wear in all these weigh-in videos that I do, I have them both on. I have the whole entire ensemble on here. And the pants are getting so big that I'm so afraid to walk a couple of steps because I honestly think the pants are going to fall off. Now, wouldn't that make some video for everybody out there to see? Oh, it'd be frightening. Now, I took my rings off and my hands are clean. And I'm just going to mix the turkey meat up. That's what I'm doing. Mix it all up, mix it all up. I am going to make a sauce, but I want to just fry off the meatballs. Listen, I understand that people bake them, but it's not Italian unless you fry that meatball. Do you know what I mean? I mean, most of the time I'm using beef, I'm using veal, and I'm using pork if I'm making a standard meatball. But because I'm trying to keep calories low and taste still high, because I still want good taste in my food. Although, let me go wash my hands. Because I don't want to be able to say, oh, I didn't like the taste, but it was low in calories, because that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, now, oh my goodness. Now, I'm just going to put these things back. You saw how, now I'm doing this live. I am showing you what I'm doing. How fast could this possibly be? This is very quick. You know the old Evo. I'm going to put 4 squirts in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I give it a 5th. Not a big deal. And then I'm going to take my meatballs. Now I will tell you, because turkey meat is a little bit different, so I'm rolling them a little loosely. Let's see, you got a little tiny white meatball here. 2, there goes that sizzle. 2 meatballs are probably a serving size, because each meatball is probably around 2 ounces, so 2 meatballs would be a serving size, and that would be 110 calories for the meatball. I would say total for the meatballs that I'm making right now with the cheese and the breadcrumb in it, you're probably looking at 200, let's just say 100 calories per meatball and make it 200 calories. And that's shooting it high. So 200 calories for 2 meatballs. And of course I'm going to make sauce. Oh yeah, I'm going to do sauce too. But I'm going to brown these first, because that's what you have to do. You have to brown. So the last video, let's see, the last video that you had seen probably was the babies, the animals. And they really are cute, but they're crying in the back. Now they've been fed, they've gone outside, but when they hear something going in the pan, they can't help it. They just want to come in here and join me. But Riley is very used to meatballs, and as I roll meatballs, a lot of the times he'll just sit right next to me, and I just toss him on. It never hits the floor. Never hits the floor. Goes right into that big mouth of his. Oh my goodness! But as you can see, it's loose. Now, had I put in a cup of the breadcrumb, it probably would have been a tighter amount. But honestly, I don't want that breadcrumb. I just don't want it. Not that I'm afraid, but I can use those calories for something else. I told you I had that chocolate cake for my birthday, right? Oh, that was delicious. It really was so good. But I don't really miss it. I'll be honest with you. I don't really miss the chocolate cake or the junk. Thank God I have the fruit. Because, oh, that's a big meatball. I just made a big meatball. This is a gigantic meatball. Let me wash my hands. Doggy. Oh my goodness. There we go. And that's done. Now you saw how fast that was to make turkey meatballs. The only reason why I'm making them is because Doug is coming home tonight. And typically, I have leftovers in the refrigerator, but when I looked, I had no leftovers. And I was like, oh, what is this man going to eat when he gets home? And, you know, I'm really old-fashioned when it comes to certain things. And I know some people out there probably thinking, you really are old-fashioned. But I feel this way. If he's out working all day, that the least I can do for him is have a meal at the house so he can eat it. And a lot of times, like, Doug will have Hungry Man's. He loves, like, frozen meals. Nothing bothers him. But, you know, occasionally, that's okay. But it can't be every single day. And he's not bad with leftovers. So typically, if I cook a really big meal, he can have leftovers. And he's the type of guy that'll eat the same thing for a day or a second day. It doesn't bother him. I'm putting that Evo back because I don't need that oil anymore. And I'm going to put back breadcrumb. Yeah, I'm just talking to you as I go along. I'm going to put the garlic away. You see, I want to show you something. This, I was telling you about my dog Buddy. These are the Valentine's Day cards he received. And then the front of my refrigerator in some of my other videos, you will see that he has not videos, but cards in the front of the refrigerator as well. So I'm going to let these brown, and then I'll come back and show you what the finished product is. Talk to you in a minute. And I'm back. I want to show you the meatballs, and they're not thoroughly cooked through yet. But I want you to see that I browned them on both sides. Now, I'm going to make some sauce. Of course, I'm going to use Thrive Life. Of course, I'm going to use Thrive Life tomato sauce. Let me get close so you could see, okay? And now I'm going to take this top off, and I'm going to show you the inside. Do you see the tomato? This is only tomato sauce that's freeze-dried, but it has all the herbs in it, too. And it is fantastic. It really is good. And I'm Italian, so for me to say it's good, it's good. There's no acidy taste in this. You know how sometimes you do the Hunt's tomatoes, or you're doing it from scratch, but you have that acidy taste? You don't have this in here. And it does taste good. So what I did is I'm going to use 2 cups of water and stick them in the same pan that I had the meatballs in, that I fried the meatballs in. Then I'm going to take, I think this is a half a cup, yeah. A half a cup of the Thrive Life tomato sauce powder. I'm just going to mix it in. I wish I could show you, but I'm mixing at this point. But you get it, you know. I'm mixing tomato powder and 2 cups of water. And that's really all I'm doing. There's a thickening agent in there. So it makes it a little thicker, the sauce. And I got to tell you something, it's delicious. It has in there onions. It looks like it's got garlic. It's got seasoning. It's got basil. It's got everything in that sauce. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my turkey meatballs, put them into the sauce. That's what I'm doing. Put them into the sauce. Just put that in the sink. And I just want you to see something. If I have to grab this and show it, I'm going to, ooh, we're getting tall. There we go. Here I am. Hello. But I want to show you. Do you see? Doesn't that look beautiful? Now I'm just going to take a lid. I'm going to put the lid on top. I'm going to let those things cook. Now I'm going to bring you back over here. I know. I'm just like a goof. Hello. Hello. Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. But anyway, what could be easier than that? Because typically, honestly, let me just move this a little bit. When I make tomato sauce from scratch, and believe me, I do, typically when I make my, I'm going to show you that I'm Italian. I'll typically take sausages and pork neck bones, and I will saute those with fresh garlic, fresh onions, saute those all down, open the cans of whole tomatoes, crush the whole tomatoes, put them in there, put the meatballs in that I fried, some more sausage, and let it cook all day. But there are some days when you just come home and you go, I don't want to do that. And a lot of times, I don't need a whole jar. I don't even know if I have a jar of tomato sauce in here. I really don't. But a lot of times you come home from work, and if this was just for me and my husband, I made enough sauce really for the 2 of us and what those meatballs were. I don't need to buy a jar sauce and make a homemade sauce. Honestly, I don't need to do it. And with Thrive, I used a half a cup. Hello. It's good for 10 years once you open it. 10 years. I have about 4 of them coming in my next delivery. And 1 year after it's open. There's 64 servings in here. It is, just so that you know, 1 tablespoon is 35 calories. I used a half a cup. Do the math. I mean, this is not hard at all. And I'm just going to check it out. Oh, you should smell that. That smells luscious. But that's how simple and that's how easy to make turkey meatballs and sauce. Now, you can make this with pasta. If you wanted to make pasta, make pasta. I won't. I will probably, for my husband I will. But I don't think I'm going to have pasta. I think I'm just going to have a vegetable and a couple of meatballs, and I'll call it a day. But I wanted to show you how quick and easy it was to make turkey meatballs right in front of all of you. Simple, easy, breezy, using a few products. That's really all I used. And I made a great tomato sauce, and it didn't take me any time. I didn't have to chop any garlic. I didn't have to chop any onions. I didn't have to brown any meat. I cheated, but it's good. It really is good. Add this to anything. If you want to add this to soups and stews and all those other things that you have, you can't go wrong. You seriously cannot go wrong. I made tomato soup out of this one day. When I was sick, I made tomato soup with this, and it was the best tasting tomato soup I ever had. So, until I see you the next time, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll know when another video is coming out. They really are a lot of fun. And make sure you comment underneath. And if you're interested in any of the products, my link is below. Check it out. Go on the website. See for yourself. I'll talk to you all soon, my friends. Remember, Be kind to each other. That's all that matters. Bye-bye.